Welcome along, everybody, to my watch-along for the 2025 Formula 1 Belgian Grand Prix. It is a sprint weekend. We've got practice one, the only practice session of the weekend. I'll explain how sprint weekends work in a second for anyone who's new, but welcome in. If you're new to the stream, this is how it works. You got my face here, you got the live timings here, which I'll update in a second. You got the session timer down in the bottom left, and you got lovely Twitch chat that you can type in. So if you're watching right now over on TikTok or YouTube, come join us on Twitch. We're live all day, every day, for every single session. I cannot show the broadcast live, as it is obviously copyright, but find a place where you can watch it to join me and the rest of the chat and watching the session together. Now, for some reason, the live timings aren't working on my screen, so give me a second. Maybe this will work. Excuse me. Where is it? Live timing. Let's see if this works. Not working now? Okay, that works. That works. Refresh. There we go. Okay, the live timings are up. Let me try fix the time. 27,000. And let me get the timer up on my screen. Sorry, it's the first weekend back a little bit. Bit rusty. All right. It is 59 minutes, 10 seconds. All right, the timer is now up. Sync on up. Now, there's a lot to talk about. What has happened since the last Grand Prix? Big news. Christian Horner, no longer the team principal for Red Bull Racing. Obviously, we weren't given a proper reason why. He was just essentially dropped. Oh, why does it say 29 minutes? That's meant to say 59 minutes. Whoopsies. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. So, Christian Horner, obviously not with the team anymore after 20 years. There since day one. What a loss for the team. Yeah. Do we know the actual... Oh, Sainz already has a problem and needs to come back to the pits. Oof. Do we know the actual reason why? No. I don't think we'll ever know, but obviously there's been a lot of tension and turmoil and all that stuff within the team. They've lost a lot of key figures. They've got Max threatening to leave. Well, not threatening to leave, but, you know, rumored to leave. And yeah, they decided that dropping Christian and starting fresh was the option they wanted to take. I can't really comment on my thoughts because obviously if you don't know, I'm affiliated with the team, so I'm not really supposed to give my opinion on essentially our boss leaving the team. Oh, yeah. Signs will need to come back. So yeah, I can't really give my thoughts for anyone wondering. You know me, I'm very opinionated. I'm very unbiased, I would say. I like to give my opinion on everything and everything about the sport. But yeah, I'm in a bit of a weird spot because obviously he is technically like, you know what I mean? Like my boss's boss's boss, you know what I mean? So, being affiliated with the team, put it this way, these companies would, I've had it happen before. When I was talking about fucking Daniel Ricciardo leaving, someone made an article about, oh, Red Bull Insider has info about Daniel. No. So, anyways, all I'm going to say is it's sad that after 20 years, we've lost the team principal. You know, a year after we won the Drivers' Championship. But anyways, that's one of the big news. What other big news have we got? Have we got anyone filling in for this session? No. I thought there might be a rookie. I guess the other big talking point was obviously Oscar Piastri losing the win in Silverstone. How is he going to bounce back? Is Lando going to use that momentum coming into this weekend? Or is Piastri going to, you know, kind of want revenge for what happened in Silverstone? Has he kind of calmed down after what happened, or is that just going to mean more tension between Lando and Oscar now? Now, sprint weekend. For people who don't know... Oh, sound radio again. And he's back to the pits. Obviously, the longest lap on the calendar, this track. The biggest track on the calendar. So it'd take a while to get back to the pits. What was I saying? Oh, sprint weekend. For people who don't know, sprint weekends was a thing F1 added to the sport maybe like 2 years ago. Basically, how the sprint format works is on a Friday, you have practice one practice session, right? And then we go straight into a sprint qualifying. So that is a qualifying that sets the grid for a sprint race. Then on Saturday, we have a sprint race. After the sprint race, Parc Fermé opens up, which means they're allowed to touch their cars again. They're allowed to work on the setups of their cars again. And then we do a qualifying session just like normal, and then we do a race just like normal. Basically what a sprint weekend means is rather than having 2 practice sessions where they're just driving around the track doing laps and we're not watching anything, it gives us 2 extra competitive sessions with a few extra championship points up for grabs. And they're still allowed to adjust their car after the sessions or after the sprint. And yeah, honestly, sprint weekends have been banging since they changed the format, because you get 1 practice session. And that practice session, as you'll see today, right now, it will be full on. It will be lap, 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 lap. All 20 drivers out on track trying to get their setup right before the sprint qualifying. Then sprint qualifying are amazing in Formula 1. And then we've got a sprint race, which, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, but it's better to watch than a practice session. And then we go into qualifying, and it's completely different to sprint qualifying the day before, because some teams are happy with their setup, so they don't change anything. Some teams change their setup aggressively. Some go backwards, some go forwards. And like, honestly, the pecking order changes a fair bit in normal qualifying. And then going to the race, we kind of tend to have the cars a lot more closer together, because they've had a race, they've had a qualifying session already to get their car dialed in. So I love sprint weekends a lot, if I'm being honest. I know it's full on for the teams and the crew and whatnot, and I honestly think it does become very oversaturated, but every time I have a sprint weekend, I'm so excited. You know what I mean? Like, rather than being like, oh, we've got 2 practice sessions today, like, we've got a sprint qualifying to watch later. It's exciting. Anyways, what am I missing in TikTok chat? Thank you guys all for the new follows. Did it start? Yeah, practice has already started with 7 minutes in. Is Oscar gonna win, do you think? Oscar was really good in Belgium. I think, was it last year or 2023? Maybe both years. I think he'll be on the pace this weekend. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about who's replacing Christian. So Laurent Mekies, the team principal for VCarb, is replacing Christian at Red Bull. And then we've got Alan Permain taken over. I just
want the car to work, and Sign's car already broke.
We've got Alan Permain taking over the team principal role at VCarb. He was already at VCarb. Someone give me a little history about Alan Permain, because he seems like a bit of an OG to the sport. But yeah, what I missed in chat? Patty, thank you so much for the 20-month resub with Prime. Really do appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the stream, as always, man. And Williams F1, biggest fan. They were the 2-month resub, dude. I just want the car to work, and Sainz's car already broke. Yeah, this is big. This is big for a sprint weekend. You do not want to waste much time in practice with the car issues. And we've also got Lance in the pits, who's not done a lap yet. So, not sure what's happening with him. Amelia, the gentleman, Lufk, Bulama, I like Phasmo. There you guys are the follows. Remember the stream. Waking up at 6 a.m. for this? Hell yeah. That is a dedicated F1 fan if I've ever seen one. Oh yeah, there's a new feature on YouTube now, isn't there? Where the more you watch, you get XP, and then you get like a level in chat. It's kind of cool. What's happening to Albon out? Oh my god, that car does not look stable. Every single corner, he's resting the car. What the fuck? But Ponden, if there's more racing action, why do fans hate sprints? Because it just kind of ruins... Well, I wouldn't say it ruins. It just kind of... It becomes oversaturated. So rather than a qualifying session being like super intense, it's like, I already saw this yesterday. And same with the race. It's like, oh, what's going to happen? You can't already saw it happen in the sprint. But thankfully that doesn't really exist anymore because of how close the field is. But yeah, in the past, it was just like, oh, well, Max is getting pole. Oh, well, Max is winning the race. It was kind of like a spoiler. You know what I mean? It was kind of a spoiler for the weekend, but it's not really the case anymore. Emily, and Leah, thank you guys for the follows. Why are people saying that Isaac Hadj is the best rookie when you have Kimi Antonelli? Because Kimi Antonelli had a awful European part of the season and is consistently behind his teammate, whereas Isaac Hadj is consistently ahead of his teammate and consistently in the mix. you know, you got to remember Hedges in a V-carb, Antonelli's in a Merc. If you heard, oh, a driver was 4 tenths behind their teammate consistently, you'd probably be like, ugh. But people then take Kimi Antonelli's face, and I think people put too much weight in Kimi Antonelli's being Kimi Antonelli. Like, I guarantee you, if that was, I'd guarantee you, if you replace Kimi Antonelli, if you showed someone, Kimi Antonelli's results and times in comparison to Russell, and just changed his name from Kimi Antonelli to Lance Stroll, people would not think it's impressive at all. Russell news? What's Russell news? Has he announced that he's re-signed? What's the Russell news? If you talk about, maybe you'll talk about Toto being like, we've decided to stay with Russell and Antonelli or whatever. All French streamers aren't streamers, so I had to switch to an English streamer. I hope I'll understand because my English isn't the best. What's up, Emil? Well, hopefully, I can do a good job. I speak really quick and I mumble and I have an Australian accent, so it'll probably be hard, but welcome to the stream, dude. Welcome to the stream. What's up, Ari? I like sprint quali in Belgium because of the reduced time with how long the track is. Makes it more difficult. I didn't even think about that. That's a really good point. Right. What are the times looking like so far? We've got Piastri up to the top, 144.9, and then we got Max 6 tenths down in P2. Looks like Max is going to rock a very low rear wing again, like in Silverstone, and just cop being absolutely shit in the wet. So wouldn't be surprised if Max gets pole position again, but then just drops in the wet. What's the weather looking like, by the way? Actually, let's have a look. Spa Francorchamps weather. Oh, excuse me. Okay, it's gonna be dry today. Tomorrow, dry tomorrow. Oh, yeah, dry tomorrow. Maybe a little bit of rain. Sunday raining all day. Okay. So it's probably going to rain during the race on Sunday. I see. Well, Piastri said that lap on hards. Max is on mediums. Wow. Chances of Horner buying out Alpine. But yeah, there's a lot of rumors that Horner and Flavio are going to team up with an investment group to buy out Alpine. Whether that comes true, who knows? But I don't know. If I had to make a pecking order, what's the word? Like a pecking order? A ranking? I don't know. A list from most likely to least likely. I would say Horner's most likely to just not come back to the sport and just retire. And like, you know, call it a day. He's got a family. He's done it for 20 years. He's rich as fuck. Second most likely option, honestly, I think is going to Ferrari. I think Ferrari needs someone like that who is going to make change and has that experience. Then I think the third option is probably Alpine. Fourth is Aston. And then any other team I just don't think is possible at all. I am surprised they didn't demote him down to V-carb, but then again, that might have been a bit more like controversial and like, I mean, he's still connected with Red Bull and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Then again, what was it? What? Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to say anything else. I don't want to get in trouble. Please, no, we don't want him at Ferrari. What's the okay. Question. For the people who are like, we don't want Christian at Ferrari, what is the reason? Is it because you don't like him as a person? Like his personality? Or is it because you think he's a bad team principal? Because if you think he's a bad team principal, I'm sorry, but you're just like factually wrong. That's not even an opinion. To say someone who built a team, if you're saying you built someone who built a team with $1 up to what it is today, won 8 world championships in 2 different eras, was always a team always a top 3 team, If you're saying he's a bad team principal, you're just factually wrong. If you don't want him there because you don't like him as a person, I get you. But at the same time, like, if you're a Ferrari fan and you're watching your team consistently fumble the bag, consistently being shit, not improving for years now, years, wouldn't you want someone like Christian Horner at your team? In turn, all you have to do is put up with his interviews if you don't like him. Ferrari culture is so different to what Horner would want, though. Oh, no, 100%. 100%. I think that's the thing. If Christian went to Ferrari, it would be a matter of Ferrari accepting that Christian is going to make change. And would Ferrari want to do that? No, they're stuck in their ways, so I don't think that would happen. Verstappen to get pole again. I hope so. He's going to be running that low rear wing again like he did in Silverstone, so we can string it together. Matty, what is up? Ferrari would have to fire everyone. Fire everyone? I mean, no, they would have to fire everyone, but they would have to restructure a lot of things. I think Ferrari's biggest problem is, like, don't get me wrong, there's 60 million people in Italy. That's a big pool of people. But they're only hiring people mainly from Italy who speak Italian. It's just the Ferrari way. You're limiting yourself. You're not hiring any Americans, any Brits, or you're not a lot. You're not hiring many Brits, not hiring many Americans. You're not hiring many what other countries? Any other fucking European countries. You're just stuck hiring Italians. You're limiting your pool of people that you can have. Why is my nose running, bro? Two desk F1 fan, cool. Doja, thank you guys for the follows. Ferrari need to, in general, get better, but Horner is not the right guy for them. Okay. Yeah, I think it's opinion. I think Christian would be amazing for Ferrari if they were to accept we need change. But I think with Ferrari being stuck in their ways with branding and stuff like that, I don't think they're going to. I don't think it makes sense. So I agree. I don't think it makes sense given current Ferrari. Dipton, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. V-Carb fans exist. What's up, Era? Yeah, I'm a Red Bull family fan. I'm a fan of the main team, fan of the second team. Liam's my favorite driver. So we rock the V-Carb on Friday, Saturday. We rock the Red Bull on Sunday. This fucking line in the middle of my shirt's pissing me off, bro. Where's George Russell? George is currently in P7, just behind Antonelli right now. Max and Sonoda going out in mediums. Max goes 6/10 up on Piastri. Okay. Low wing looking good right now. No, is it okay? It was a good interview. Always love a Brock interview. I can't believe Brock's younger than me. How is Brock Feeney younger than me? I'm so excited for the spring quali, but I'm disappointed since I'm going to the arcade, so I'll miss it. Wait, when you say arcade, you going to F1 arcade or just the arcade? I wonder what it's like. Damn, how am I sucking on that sugar-free Red Bull? I wonder what the vibe is like at Red Bull. You know what I mean? Like, is Jos, is Max, is Helmut, are all these people happy that Christian's gone? Because obviously there's a lot of tension at the team between all these guys. Or are they kind of like, you know, this is coming from someone on the outside, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it's like in there. Or is it kind of like, oh, I got this new guy, like, you know, I like the big dogs, the big personalities going to try get their foot in and try to get the power now that Christian's gone? Or are they kind of happy that Christian's gone and, like, they're going to let Laurent Mekies do his thing? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how the power dynamic between all the big voices at the team play out. I can really see Laurent and Yuki getting along. And as a Red Bull fan, I'm kind of concerned about that because I really hope Laurent doesn't focus too much on Yuki. And forget that, like, this team is built around Max. I know a lot of people disagree with that, but this team is Max's team. This team is built around Max. And I think the second you start building it around Yuki or another driver, you're fucked. And I know Christian knew what to do. And I just hope Lawrence, this is my problem, right? I love Lawrence. I think he's a great guy. I think he did great things at VCarb. But I think he's too nice of a guy. And I think at Red Bull, there's too many big personalities. You just need to get your cock out at some point and just be like, I ain't having that. I ain't doing this. We ain't doing that. And I just hope he doesn't kind of build the team too much around the second driver and fumble the bag. But maybe that's what Red Bull need. Maybe that's what Red Bull need. But I don't think so. When you've got a talent like Max Verstappen, I don't think that's what you need. Lauren knows what the focus has to be. Could just build it around both of them, a bit like McLaren. Do you think Christian deserved that after what this team has done? Do I think Christian deserved to get dropped? Absolutely not. But I think... How do I word this? When all the... This is the only thing I'll say about the Christian thing, and we're going to move on, because it's awkward talking about it for me. When the whole situation with Christian happened last year, at the start of the year, when all the investigations got dismissed, I thought, okay, he should stay as team principal. This is the right decision. You know, like, he is a great team principal. Looking back at everything now that happened since that investigation happened, even though he got cleared for no wrongdoings, we lost Adrian Newey, Jonathan Wheatley. We've had all the problems with the second drivers. Who else did we lose? You know, Max is wanting to leave, blah, 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 blah. Looking back, it was probably the right decision to drop Christian back then. And everyone would have stayed, and it would have just been Christian gone. But now, it's... everyone's gone, and we've lost Christian. So I think, again, in hindsight, it would have made more sense to drop Christian back then. But at the time, it was like, well, these investigations have been written off, blah, blah, blah. Let's keep him at the team. But then, yeah. So I don't really know if it's the right decision now. We'll just have to see in a couple of years. But I think in hindsight, it should have happened at the start of last year. Why are there so many people blocking Arouge right now? Well, I missed. You guys are saying Ocon's name. Ocon goes up to P3, and then Leclerc up to the top. What the fuck? Leclerc up to the top on hards? Okay. Christian is the perfect person for Ferrari. He's an 8-time champion. He's made 2 monsters. He's exactly what Ferrari needs. I agree with you. Crush. Welcome to the stream, by the way, dude. Thank you for the follow. Also, loser. Thank you for the follow as well. That message got me. Did Sonoda get a fucking engine implemented into his ass? Wait, what do you mean? Are you saying Sonoda? But this always happens to Sonoda. When it's practice, he's close to max, and then as soon as when it matters, he kind of gets inconsistent and falls off a bit. Christian didn't deserve to get dropped based on his performance as team principal. He deserved to get dropped based on him as a person, what he did outside. Yeah. How you blocking in Spa? Yeah, I don't know. Just go up the hill faster, bro. Wait, was it Hamilton again? No way it was fucking Hamilton. Bro, only girls love Leclerc because he's beautiful. Maybe because he has a good personality and is a good driver as well. Have you thought about that? You know what I mean? Have you thought about that? I wonder how Lewis and Horner would work together, though. I don't think it would be from a working standpoint. I don't think it'd be a problem, but there would be a little bit of awkwardness there. There would be a little bit of awkwardness there. Sorry, YouTube chat. I've been neglecting you guys. What are you guys saying in YouTube chat? Who do you think will get sprint pole? I'm gonna say Max. I think that low rear wing will do him good. The arcade, no F1 arcade, right? Be honest, did you ever think Max would realistically go to Mercedes? Yes, I did think, and I do think he will go to Mercedes. I just didn't think it would happen this year. Excuse me. I just didn't think it would happen next year, sorry. And it looks like I'm right after all the news that's come out. How you only got 40 viewers? YouTube's the place where I get the least amount of viewers, unknown. Twitch and TikTok are Twitch is my main platform. TikTok also is another place where I get a lot of my viewers from. YouTube's kind of like, YouTube's just another place I stream, and like it allows people who do watch on Twitch or TikTok, they can rewind the stream and stuff like that. But yeah, YouTube's kind of like my least of the three. Everything given the car more stability will help both Max and Yuki, so Max doesn't have to overcorrect. I don't know. I feel like it's a fine line. More stability, but then the car becomes slower. So you need to find the right line. You know what I mean? What's up, Akshay? On the stream, dude. Leclerc's not mid in the rain. He's actually bad. I was about to roast you until I read the second half of that message. Yeah, honestly, I think Leclerc's biggest weakness is the rain. When has Leclerc ever done something good in the rain? Remind me. Wait, good jokes. Are you there? Can you make a Leclerc wet highlights? You know those? You know the football community, how they make like a Rashford highlights or lowlights. Can you make like a Leclerc rain highlights compilation, please? To be honest, I don't think he's done anything horrifically bad in the wet. Like, he's not like a Colapinto who just like every time the wet comes out, oh, I find the nearest wall. Oh, speaking of Colapinto, he was fucking crashed in Puon. Holy shit. Yeah, so I'll make a lowlights, Leclerc rain lowlights. You must be tired because you've been running through my mind all day. Wait, who is this Dipton guy? Dipton. If you're not on the fucking YouTube chat right now, Dipton is in my YouTube chat. Every comment is just, you're handsome. You're running through my mind right now. Thank you, Dipton. But let's chill with the spam. He's just much worse than he is in the Durai. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, he's not terrible. He's just not good. He just turns into like, I don't know. Catch the AFH games, enjoy the arcade, dude. Imagine George and Max battling for who can tank their performance the most in this next two races to force with the activate to activate the contract clause. Why would George want to tank himself? Error, they develop. How many flies have you killed this summer? I don't kill flies. I let them fly around until they piss me off enough that I open up the window and let them out. Oh, imagine Colapinto crashed there. Holy. The McLaren Stroll swap driver that was... I was literally thinking that, yeah. McLaren are going to win, you reckon? Well, they're in P6 and 7 right now. But, you know, that's typical McLaren in practice. We'll see how sprint qualifying plays out. Do you ever watch Rick's F1 Addiction? He makes great videos. Yeah, I do occasionally. I watched his Lando one on stream the other day. I really... Even though it's, like, more comedy-based, I think he had a lot of good points about Lando. Cut the nice guy gimmick? Me? What did I say? VJ Frank, name of the bullet. Damn, McLaren have a really low downforce wing. Look at that. It's like a fucking piece of paper. I don't understand why Alpine are firing drivers like this. You're not Red Bull. Your car is shit. We could deserve a whole season. I think they're trying to take the Red Bull approach of trying to find the next big thing. But the thing is, you can't find the next big thing if your car's shit. Because, like Piastri did, they'll just leave to a better team if they get an offer. Or they'll literally leave to another equally as skilled team if they want. You know what I mean? Yeah. Honestly, I think Alpine... I was going to say Alpine's become probably like my least favorite team on the grid. But then again, like, at the same time, I don't know. The thing that... Okay, put it this way. If Alpine didn't have such a sexy livery, sexy merch, and Gasly in the team, they would be my least favorite team. But I like Gasly a lot. And I think their livery and, like, branding is cool. But, like, the direction the team is heading... Shit. Their overall just, like, brand... What's the word? I said their branding is good, but like their what I mean is like their merch is good and the way they present the team is good. But like their overall just like Alpine is a car company. Like, why does Renault need to have a luxury car brand? You know what I mean? And why does it need to be in Formula One? And then giving up on their engine program, I don't know. Alpine just pissed me off. Once Sauber become Audi, I'll actually like them because it's a big car manufacturer at the moment. Fucking steak kick. Two of the worst brands on earth. And, you know, like, ew. But yeah, I must say, guys, Bortoleto has moved up the driver tier list for me. I will tell you why. If you didn't see, this week, if you don't know, I'm a content creator for Red Bull Sim Racing. And Red Bull Sim Racing is managed by Team Redline, which is Max Verstappen's esports team. Sim racing team. And we did a Red Bull Sim Racing versus Team Redline Call of Duty match on Black Ops 6. And Gabriel Bortoleto is a part of Team Redline. So Gabriel Bortoleto was on Team Redline's team. And so I got to chill on a call with Bortoleto before the game and obviously during the games as well. And it was kind of cool to see him kind of like behind the scenes. And I must say, man, he's moved up the tier list. This usually what happens, right? If you speak to anyone who's ever met anyone famous, or particularly in the F1 world, this always happens. You tend to become a fan of them after you meet them because you see them as a person. And like, honestly, Bortoleto, he's literally just like one of us, man. He's just a young guy who just loves loves video games, loves scrolling TikTok. Like literally, like before the call, he was just like chatting shit with the Redline guys. It was just so normal, you know what I mean? Like he didn't come in here with an ego. He didn't come in here like, oh, I'm an F1 driver. What are we doing today? And now something funny happened. I think you can, if you go to the start of the stream, you can see it. But basically, I joined the call and I was like, guys, no one in the fucking lobby had their proper name. I was the only one. Right? Like, Yano was called fucking Bobber. Gabby was called B-Boy. Luke Crane was called Rusty Knot. No one had their actual name in COD. So I joined the call and I was like, guys, what are these names? Well, who is who? So Luke's going through it and going blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what are these names? So it's like, can't you guys just use normal names? And then Gabby goes, yeah, haha, like Ponden. I couldn't tell if he was taking the piss because he knew my name was Ponden. He was saying like, what is Ponden? Or he was going, yeah, random name like Ponden. Dude, Ponden is my name, bro. Yo, what the fuck's a B-boy? So I thought that was kind of funny. He thought my name was a fake goofy name that I'd made just for COD. Romanian flag on a Belgian watchalong. Okay, I knew you guys were gonna say this, right? When black on my overlay, when black is added, it just turns blue because of the glow. And I tried my best to make it black, but it has to be navy blue. I'm sorry. So yeah, it is gonna look like the Romanian flag, but there's nothing I can do about that because I can't make it blacker than that because there's a blue hue over the top. Anyways, my point about Gabby was he's moved up the tier list. I got to see him kind of behind the scenes, off camera, off stream, super chill guy. And then watching the stream back afterwards, because I was watching the Team Redline stream back, he was fucking hilarious, man. The camera, like he was fucking around with his camera, and just the whole time he was just like, I don't know, it was just really funny, man. He just seems like a really, I could already tell that about Bortoleto, but like, if I'm being honest, like I haven't really cared to know more about him or like to, you know what I mean? Like I don't go out of my way to watch Bortoleto like TikTok content or like, you know what I mean? Like interviews and stuff like that. So to kind of like, you know, chill on a call with him for like half an hour, it was just kind of, you could see his personality. He's just a chill guy, you know what I mean? It didn't give me, he just gave me like one of the lads. He gave me one of the boys vibes, you know what I mean? Didn't give me like ego at all. What am I missing, chat? Haas exists? No, Haas, I think Haas are having a really good branding turnaround. They've got Komatsu now, which, oh my god, so much better team principal than Gunter. Ollie Behrman I like a lot. I'm not a fan of Ocon, but I respect him. And I think what he's doing for the team is he's doing well. I think Haas's branding, I think Toyota coming in is making them more a serious team and kind of linking that, you know, they're kind of going a little bit for the Japanese market, but also going for that American market. And I like how they've found this middle ground of being an American team, but not being American. Like Cadillac, I'm telling you right now, I reckon Europeans are gonna hate Cadillac once they come in. They are going to be literally like they'll have a hot dog sponsorship. You know what I mean? They'll have an American flag on their fucking car. Like they're going to be American. And I kind of like Haas has found this middle ground of like we're an F1 team, but we've got American roots. But I do think Haas missed out, especially with the American market, of going full America. You're gonna miss the green livery. I'm not. That thing's ugly as fuck. Bro, it's the Belgian Grand Prix, alright? Where can I watch the VOD of that stream? If you want to watch my perspective with the Rebel Sim Racing boys, it's on the Rebel Sim Racing channel. If you want to watch the perspective from Team Redline with Gabby, that's on the Team Redline channel. Wait, I'll shout out the channel. There you go. There's the Sim Racing channel. Shout out in chat. I already hate Haas and Cadillac. Oh, you sound like an American hater. Oh, Hadjo. Oh, almost losing Upper Rouge. I don't think Pelot will get the seat. You think Pelot will get the seat at Cadillac, really? We need Cadillac to rock up with a Big Bass Fishing logo. Everyone interviews the most repetitive shit ever. I would guess it's some kind of passive protest to being forced to do so much media and all that, and all those reg. I think traditional F1 media, like journalism, is terrible. I agree. It's the same question every week. Boring. They hassle you for an answer, then they take your quote and spin it to shit. But I think F1 social media, like the main F1 account, the team's accounts, us content creators and influencers, and even some sponsors and most sponsors and brands, I think have done an amazing job of making the F1 the sport that it is today. I don't know how to explain it. It might just be because I am an F1 fan. I am clued up in the world. But like I saw a video actually, and it got a lot of likes, so people must agree with it. But basically, it was someone saying like, as someone with, I think she was, I can't remember what she was saying. It was like, so with someone who's ADHD and gets hyperfixations all the time, I love Formula One because it feels like it's a never-ending like world. And honestly, that's why I love so much about Formula One. Is it's like Wednesday is like pre-media day, Thursday's media day, Friday's day 1, Saturday's day 2, Sunday's day 3, or like race day, and then Monday is like all the fallout of the Grand Prix, and then Tuesday you get all the news and the fucking articles and like the post-race content, and then like Wednesday, and then and then it's like a cycle, and then you've got like we've had like, you got Drive to Survive, you got the F1 movie, you got all these licensing deals, you got all these marketing events going on. Then we have things like F1 75, the F1 movie, Drive to Survive, all the social media content. Like it honestly feels like an endless world. Like I almost put like F1 almost feels like an MMO. Like especially when you go in like a paddock or something. When you talk about the paddock, like it's like these people walking around, these characters that and like they're all interacting with one another. You know what I mean? I like it. Whereas I feel like a lot of sports are very disconnected. I would say because they are genuinely disconnected, like they're their own teams. You know what I mean? Whereas the F1 world, it all feels really connected. They're all on track at the same time. They're all competing against each other at the same time. What a view that was. Is Paul Aaron good? I rate Paul Aaron. I don't know if he deserves to necessarily be an F1. I mean, deserves an interesting word. Like he deserves to be an F1, obviously, but does he deserve to be on F1 on the current grid? Probably not. I mean, you could argue he's on the same level as Colapinto, so maybe he does deserve, but we need to watch the BF6 trail. I actually watched it this morning while I was eating. Looks really good. Oh, my fucking nose is running. It's pissing me off. One sec. Oh my god, one sec. Shut up. What do I think about Alfredo 2? What the hell is Alfredo 2? Are you from the UK? Because I want you, okay? Dip time. Why did Ponden get dropped? Ponden get dropped? Where did he get dropped from again? He got dropped from Mercedes. I just don't think Mercedes warranted him anymore. They had Kimi, they had George. Frederick Vesti's their sim driver. They got other young dogs. There was no point investing more money into him, so they let him go. And he's at Alpine now. Sup, menu? We are back. Who's your big surprise this weekend? I mean, look at practice so far. I'm gonna have to say Haas, but maybe Ferrari. I don't know. Maybe Max. Maybe I feel like people might doubt Max. Huh? What was that? T-Mac, thank you so much for the 54-month resub, dude. I appreciate it. They're coming in with the prime. Ocon might be back low key. He might be back. Haas might be back. I don't know how they're already a 10th. Like, what the fuck? How are they only a 10th off right now? How are they in the mix like this? The fuck? I love Crappy's feet. Rovab. Thank you guys for the follows. It seems the bottom 6 drivers are kind of F1, F2 on the bubble type of drivers. The bottom 6. Wait, who are your bottom 6 then? Okay. We need to debate this. I was just talking about how Bortoletto's moved up my tier list as a driver I like. So let's talk about Bortoletto getting a higher rating than Liam Lawson in the updated F1 game ratings. I think that is a joke, personally. I will tell you why. Bortoletto obviously had a better junior career in F2 and F3. He won the championship, right? But my point is, Liam has so much more, I shouldn't say so much more, has more experience than Bortoletto, right? He has more experience than Bortoletto. And I don't think Bortoletto, I don't think Bortoletto's doing bad at the moment in the season. He's just kind of there. Like, sometimes he beats Hulkenberg, most of the time he doesn't. He's not really crashing, but he's had a couple crashes. He's had some okay results, but most of the time it's just okay. Liam, in his time in F1, had a really good stint at VCarb, had another really good stint at VCarb, and then obviously went to Red Bull, and this year it's kind of gone downhill. But, like, has Bortoletto done enough to be ranked higher than Liam? I don't think so. Like, how does Bortoletto, with his experience, outweigh Liam with his experience? I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me. Like, I don't know. I think the rookie ratings on the game are so weird to me. Yeah. To be fair, it's F1's ratings. No reason to take them seriously. Yeah. It's just like, if they're taking current form, then I can maybe understand a world where Liam's lower than Bortoletto. But, like, what has Bortoletto shown to say, hey, he's better than a driver with 10 more races experience than him? And being, you know what I mean? And if we're talking about overall careers in the last couple years, I mean, Liam should be rated higher than Bortoletto because he's had more experience. You know what I mean? And if you, and I saw someone say F2 champ, then why was he rated lower than fucking Ollie Behrman when he came in? Because they were taking experience, and Ollie had more experience in F1 car at that point. But now they're like, oh, we're updating our rankings, but oh yeah, fuck the experience. Also, Max got downrated. Why? Who else pissed me off? Oh yeah, isn't Stroll the lowest rated driver now? I don't know, man. I can't wait to do my mid-season rankings because I saw Tomo's viewers and Josh Rebels, and they're all completely different. And nothing against Josh Rebel and Tomo, of course. I love them. But I was like, what the fuck are these ratings? And I'm like, am I stupid? Or are they stupid? But theirs were completely different to one another. So I'm like, I don't know. Or I saw Hulkenberg 5th best driver. on someone's ratings.
Didn't know it's the Romanian
fuck?
Grand Prix.
Shut up! It's not the Romanian. It's the Belgian. It's just got a blue hue on it, right? It's just got a blue hue on it. Calm down. But Ando, they were the 41-month resub, dude. Appreciate coming over the Prime. Oh, Hadge is asleep in his car. Okay. Ando, thank you so much. 41-month resub, dude. Really do appreciate it. Hope you're doing well, sir. Hope you're doing well. Gig Le Lucas, they were the volley. Stroll was 0-12 in qualifying. He deserves a low rating. He's 0-12 when qualifying against Fernando Alonso, but he's also gotten a lot of points and he's had a few good races. How does he deserve to get rated lower? Okay, put it this way. How does Stroll, with his experience and his results this season, deserve to be rated lower than Liam and Bortoletto and... I can't remember if you got rated lower than Colapinto or not, but... I'd have a little look at them. Anyways, I'm excited to do our mid-season driver ratings because I feel like I have reasons for every driver. I don't know how I'd rate them, but yeah, look at Tomos and Josh Revels. I'm just like, what the fuck are you guys looking at? How is Hulkenberg rated 5th? And how is Stroll rated so low? Who else pissed me off on their list? This is probably going to spoil my ratings. Maybe I'll have a rethink, right? Maybe I'll have a rethink. How is Max not rated the highest driver of the season? How is Max, who's putting a Red Bull in positions it shouldn't be, for the longest time keeping up with the championship leaders, rated below, let's just use Piastri, for example, rated below a driver who's 50-50 trading wins and poles and stuff with his teammate? Like, don't be wrong. Yeah, you can't really take away Piastri. This is not me saying Piastri's bad, but like, the only thing Max has done wrong this season is drive into the side of Russell in Spain. But I can name many things that Piastri's done wrong this season. Again, I'm not saying he's bad. I still think Piastri's the second best driver this season, 100%. But why does Piastri get better car tax? Like, what? Yeah, Max has had a couple of down races recently, but there's zero justification other than maybe Russell for anyone to be ahead of him. Russell ahead of Max? Really? Only thing Max has done wrong is use his car as a weapon. Because people rate based on expectations. People expect Max and Charles to be the best because they are. Nobody expected Piastri and Hulkenberg this year. It's wrong. That's what I mean. When we do our driver ratings on a Monday, I always say it. Everyone rates differently. And I'm sure Tomo's viewers, Josh Rebel, they all rate differently. But for me, I think the best way to rate is you rate solely off of performance. The second you go, oh, Ocon's shit, and then, oh, Ocon's actually doing kind of well. He deserves he deserves to be the top 5 driver on the grid. No, that's not how it works. You rate solely off performance. And if Max is outperforming his car 11 out of 12 races and he gets rated lower than 3 drivers, what the fuck? You're not rating off of performance anymore. You're rating based off of expectations. As you can hold a justified argument to put Russell first, but I personally wouldn't. Right. Imagine having a teammate that's actually talented. Because people, because Stroll has so many years of experience and he is consistently out in Q3. I'm assuming you meant Q1. He has got some lucky races, favorable strategy that has helped him. If Alonso got Stroll straight in Silverstone, Hulk wouldn't have ended up on the podium. True. All right, guys, we've got 10 minutes left, or 11 minutes left of FP1. Thank you guys all for joining me so far. First stream back in like 2 weeks. First session back in 2 weeks. If you've been enjoying it so far, be sure to follow down below. We do watch alongs like this for every single session, for every Grand Prix weekend. We'll be live later on today. We're also going to be staying live all the way through to sprint qualifying. So stick around. And we've got F2 qualifying in between. So, yeah. Nobody on the grid should be rated lower than 80 other than Colapinto. I think they need to spread the ratings out a little bit, in my opinion. So I disagree. But Wait. Stroll, purple sector 2. Where's he about to go? Whoa! Okay, we're getting some soft runs now. Stroll goes up to the top by a second. All right, we're going to see some qualifying runs now. Getting ready for sprint quali in 3.5 hours time, I think it is. Lorcan, name of the mullet. White hivers? Flovers? Sorry, why did I say hivers? Flovers? I've never seen that before. That looks so hot. Oh my god. Oh, look at the new T-cam. I mean, you can barely fucking see that. What's the point in that? If you don't know, they've added driver brandings to the T-cam. So it says Ant, for instance, on the side of his T-cam. So you know it's Antonelli. Or it says Pia, P-I-A, on the side of Piastri's T-cam. You can't fucking see it. What's the point? There's a code on the Red Bull car. Yeah, I think if you put that in the paddock, then you get some points. No way no one else is coming out in softs and Stroll's going to end at the top right now. Ain't no way, boy. I really wonder how would Stroll do in a different car versus a different teammate. Well, he got basically dicked on by Perez in a racing point, and he basically got dicked on. He did okay against Vettel. I bet, in my opinion, that's more a sign of Vettel than Stroll. I generally don't think Stroll's as bad as people make him out to be. I think he's terrible in qualifying, and I think his personality is terrible, and I think his attitude towards Formula 1 is terrible. But you can't deny that his race pace is actually decent. Does he deserve to be in the sport? No. But do I think he's the worst in the sport? No. To be fair, I do think he's probably second worst at the moment. It's tough. I'd still put Bortoletto, Liam above him. I think the only person who's worse than him at the moment is Colapinto. And that's solely because Colapinto can't keep it on the track. But yeah, start of the season, I would have put Colapinto at the start of the season, like let's say the first, 6 races this season, I would have put Stroll above Liam, Bortoletto, probably Behrman. That's about it. All the rookies. All right, here we go. Here's McLaren on the softs, up to the top by 1 second. Okay, Stroll's lap meant nothing. How's Max going to respond, though? He just found 2 seconds on the softs. What the fuck? Oh, here we go. Here's Max. 4 tenths up with his low wing. This low wing is cooking. When Red Bull whip out the low wing, you know that if Max and string a lap together, it's going to be the top lap. All right, let's see. Is he flat through Pouant? No, he's left. Well, yeah, you got to lift through Pouant, but no brake. This section's going to be hard with that low wing. How much time is he going to have on Piastri? Yeah, he's lost 7 tenths on Piastri. Wow. 4 tenths up in sector 1, 7 tenths off in sector 2. So he lost 1.1 seconds in one sector. The fuck. And let's see, can he claw that 7 tenths back here in this last sector? If he gains 7 tenths back in this last sector, I'll be shook. Okay, he found 2 tenths back. Wow. Oh, bro's cooked. Bro's cooked in Sector 2. Bro is cooked. Max's mum is at the track this weekend. Is it? Max's mum is... Wait, is Max's mum Belgian? Or is it just he was born in Belgium? That's his mum, Europe. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I would expect Max's mum to look more like his sister. Not in a weird way. I just mean like, I'd expect, if I had to imagine what Max's mum would look like, I'd imagine her to have a round face, basically what his sister looks like, but like older. But then again, I guess he got the round, unique facial features from his dad. It's not round, but you know what I mean? It's like fucking square head. His mum is Belgian, right? Okay. What? Bro got told no weaving. They got told weaving. They got told no weaving. Honestly, it's so weird we had 2 weeks off of F1. Like, I don't know. It just feels like... It's weird, bro. It's weird. What flavor Red Bull is that? It's a new flavor that literally just came out. Lilac edition. Grapefruit and blossom. But it's sugar-free. Also, £1. Red Bull in the UK is £1.55. For some reason, this is £1. Does anyone know why? Is it because they're like... want to promote this flavor, or like, I don't know, like, have they made this flavor cheaper just so people like, I go, oh, £1 and then buy it and try it? Like, I don't fucking get it. Never seen a Red Bull that cheap. No, it's not discounted. That's embedded in the can. So if you ever see in the UK, if it ever says RRP, that's to stop people from upselling products. So like Red Bull go, this is how much we want Red Bull to be sold for in this country, and then they put a thing on it. It's not just Red Bull that do that. Like, a lot of companies do that to stop people from fucking upselling it. So if you ever go on one of those shitty corner stores in London and it has RRP £1.50 or £1 or whatever the fuck it is, and they're selling it for £3, tell them to fuck off. I literally went, genuinely, when the new iced vanilla berry came out, I walked into a corner store in London and bro wanted to charge me £6 for it. I literally said, no, thank you. Those stores are fucked. They upsell everything. One, because it's central London, so like people just pay any price. But like, yeah. Make sure you're paying the price that it says on the can. If not, tell them to fuck off if you have the balls, and they'll give you that price because they're legally not allowed to sell it for more than that. So at low to gain traction, they'll probably put the normal price. Yes, I was thinking, because all the other cans in the store, £1.55, £1.55, £1.55, and then this one was £1. I was like, what? I've never seen that before. But yeah, it could be, all right, we want to capitalize on the new flavor promotion, and people, we want to promote sugar-free Red Bull, so let's make it cheap so people try it. It's no sugar tax. Yeah, but sugar tax is 10%. So 10% of £1.50, you'd save like 10 pence, not 55 pence. Tuesday. Bottom of the stream, dude. I'd put a pound coin on the counter and walk out. Yeah, so I mean, if you have the balls, you're legally allowed to just be like they're legally not allowed to sell it more than what it says on the can. Same as when, you know, when you buy a multi-pack. Let's say you buy a multi-pack of Pepsi and it says not for individual sale. That's to stop those fucking corner stores from buying multi-packs and then selling them individually. So again, if you see no individual sale, like, they're legally not allowed to do that. How's doing still in Alpine in the game? Bro is 67 rated. Well, I went to a Tops event yesterday, and two things surprised me. One was, well, it didn't surprise me, but one was Doan is on all the cards. I don't think there's a Colapinto card. It's Doan, which kind of makes sense because these cards would have got made before Doan got dropped, blah, blah, blah. But the other thing that surprised me is they decided to put Liam Lawson on the front of the main box. Do you know how risky that is? I think it's so risky to put any of the Red Bull drivers on your branding. Sorry, any of the second Red Bull drivers on your branding. Like, imagine they did a mid-season swap between Arvid and Liam this weekend. Your new product line has Liam all over it. He's not even in the sport anymore. So I thought that was I think that's a risky decision personally. All right, guys, practice one is over. We've got Piastri at the top, 142.1 on the softs. Oh, it's not over yet. Max is flying. 4/10 up in sector 1. Can he actually string together a proper sector 2 now? Anyways, practice 1 is over. We're going to stay live all the way through to sprint qualifying. Yes, not practice 2, sprint qualifying today. So stick around, guys. But let's discuss the end of this practice 1 session first. Piastri's up on his time as well. Yellow sector 2, though. Honestly, that felt like a really long practice session. Not in a bad way. It just like, usually practice sessions fly, but that felt very long. Colapinto to Red Bull. I hope not. Yep. And again, Max, 4/10 up in sector 1 and then 4/10 down in sector 2. He loses 8/10. 8/10 he's losing in sector 2. What the fuck? I've never seen that much of a drop off in one sector before, honestly. 8/10. I think we'll go about 2/10 off here. 4/10 off. He couldn't find time in sector 3 either. Wow. He needs an active wing, you know what I mean? Bro, that is crazy how much of a difference his wing makes in sector 1. I think Yuki's wing looks a little bit thicker. I could be wrong, but it does look a little bit thicker. All right, guys, that is practice 1. The only practice session of the weekend done. Thank you guys all for watching today. Watching the session. We're going to be staying live all the way through to sprint qualifying, so stick around. If you're watching on TikTok or YouTube, come join us on Twitch. We are live all day. We're going to be watching F2 qualifying while we wait, so come join us and watching that. But yeah, let's do a quick little rundown. So in last, we have Ollie Behrman. That's surprising considering how well Haas came out the gates in that practice session. They ended at the bottom. Behrman P20, Colapinto P19. Then we got Yuki way down, 2 seconds off his teammate. He didn't, wow, and he did a lap on the soft straight at the end. Yikes. Then we got Gasly, Ocon. Who's that? Is that Liam? I can't see. It's covered. Is that Hadja? No, that's Liam. Then we've got Hulkenberg, Bortoletto, Albon, Sainz, Hadja. Then we've got Alonso and Stroll, best of the rest. Then we've got Hamilton, Antonelli, Leclerc, Russell, and Norris, Verstappen, Piastri. Okay. My takeaways from that session, I'm a bit confused because on long runs, Haas and Ferrari look good. On quick runs, they don't look as good. Aston Martin look best of the rest right now, but it's hard to tell. Piastri looks the best right now. He looks better than Norris. Verstappen, insane in sector 1. Not in sector 2. Yeah, we'll just have to see how sprint qualifying plays out, I guess. But yeah. Guys, that is it. If you enjoyed, be sure to follow down below. We're going to be staying live all the way through to sprint qualifying, so be sure to stick around or come back later. In the meantime, we've got F2 qualifying to watch. We've got videos to watch. We've got news to catch up on. So yeah, plenty to do on the stream, so stick around. But YouTube, I am going to end the stream there. I will not be staying live. Again, come join us on Twitch. That is the place to be. Otherwise, I'll see you guys later for sprint qualifying. Catch you later, YouTube. Bye-bye.